What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ria Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. And we have very exciting news. This podcast is presented to you by Macy's, our new presenting sponsor from now until the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Macy's is our presenting sponsor. And let me tell you,
Macy's
truly has everything you could imagine. I just did a hair product video that we put on the Chicks in the Office TikTok where I talk about my hair products. I've made a video once before. I got these products from Macy's.
Yep.
The shampoo, the conditioner, the tools I've gotten from Macy's, and I've used it for a while now. So you can watch. They have everything. So you can watch
Super
that video,
exciting.
get the hair products from there. And they have everything from, hair products to clothes to home goods. Okay. Fall is right around the corner. Now, I know that scares people because it is still summer. It just turned August. It's August 1st. Well, when you're listening to this, it's August 2nd. But fall is right around the corner, and maybe you want to do a little fall refresh. Maybe you want some ceramic cookware. Maybe you want a Nespresso machine. I got my Nespresso machine from Macy's as well.
Stuff.
And that is how I up my decor in my home with little Macy's home good shopping that you guys can check out as well at Macy's.com, or you could shop it in store. Macy's has everything, like I said, from hair products to home goods to clothes. They've got you covered. Even around the holidays, those will be here before you know it. You're going to want to look to Macy's. So go to Macy's.com or shop Macy's in store.
Yes, like you just said, they're having a home sale.
Mm-hmm.
So that is running through August 18th. So you can get all the stuff you need going in to the rest of the year, up to 65% off some items, which is amazing. So it's running from now to August 18th. So make sure you go check that out, Macy's.com in store. Super pumped for Macy's to be our presenting sponsor for the rest of the year.
Thanks for jumping aboard, great. Macy's.
Exactly.
And Macy's always has sales, guys. So keep your eyes peeled. This one is till August 18th, but we know there'll be another one around the corner. So,
and I love, we're pretty close to the Macy's. Our office is pretty close. And truly, whenever in a pinch, you can head on over. They got everything.
Yes, they do. So make sure you shop at Macy's.com or shop Macy's in store.
Yep.
They've got everything you could possibly want. This is a fantastic episode. We have Dylan Sprouse on this episode. And let me just say, nothing I love more than when we have a guest and it turns into just a fun conversation.
Yeah.
Just relaxed conversation flowing, making jokes. We could sit here and talk for hours, and that is how we felt with Dylan Sprouse. I couldn't have loved it more.
Yeah, it was great.
Maybe I have talked about this on the podcast. Probably that Dylan Sprouse was literally my first crush ever growing up. Seriously, posters of him all over my wall. I had a whole thing on my wall of what I wanted to be when I grow up, who I wanted to marry.
You didn't share any.
I didn't share any of that with Dylan Sprouse. I did tell him how much I love Zach Cody. I didn't share any of those little tidbits.
Yeah.
But I think he knew. I think he knows.
I don't think he did, but
no, it's okay. He said he knew how much we loved. He said he's been tagged in videos, so he might have been tagged in that once upon a time.
Yeah.
But it was truly delightful. So much fun,
really
so
nice.
funny,
really
and just
great.
a great interview / just conversation. It's the best. It's the best when someone comes in here and can just chit chat away. So you can look forward to that after the topics and after this little intro. How are we feeling today?
It's August.
It is August.
Crazy.
Yes. The summer flew by, and let me just say, is right on par with what I said, that it was going to be the best summer ever, and I'm ready to lock it in as the best summer ever. Yeah, August isn't over, but I'm ready to lock it in.
We got a whole month left.
No, I know, but July was
I know.
the best July ever.
I'm saying that's a good thing. It's been so great that it can only get better.
Right.
It's already been so great.
Last July was so great because, we got engaged.
Yes.
But this July has only, been even better.
Yep.
And I didn't know that was possible.
Yep.
So I'm ready to lock it in. That it was the best summer ever. And I'm okay with August flying by at this point.
I know. Now I don't know. I go back and forth because I'm like, oh my God, do I have enough time to get everything I need to get done pre-wedding? But then I'm also like, okay, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this thing.
Right. It's going to come. You're excited.
Yeah, exactly.
I would expect you to want August to fly by.
No, I mean, at this point, I got excited because I was like, oh my God, now I can say, and we're getting close enough now, so it's fine. Mm-hmm. But next month.
Yeah,
Like
next
I could
month.
be like, and people are like, oh, when's your wedding?
Next month.
Next month.
Right.
It's next month.
It's next month. So exciting. It's so soon. It is really soon.
It's really fucking soon.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you want August to fly by.
I know. But now I've been stressing myself out about like because now I'm getting, it's always TikTok, right? It's like literally always TikTok. Now I'm getting the videos of like, here's all the things I did like a month or 2 months before I got married. And it's all, procedures.
Yeah, don't change yourself, honey.
And cosmetic things.
No,
and
you look beautiful.
all these things that I'm like, oh my God, am I supposed to be doing these things?
No. You don't want to change how you look before your wedding.
No, I know.
Like, you're so beautiful. There's no reason to change how you look
but I'm just
before
like,
your wedding.
It's like,
you want to look like yourself at your wedding. You
No,
don't
no,
want to
no,
do
I
something
definitely
a month or
wanna
two
look
before the
for
wedding
sure,
and
for
then
sure.
go, fuck, why the
know.
fuck did I do that before my wedding? Now I don't look.
I know. I almost was like, oh my God, should I go get like my eyebrows done? But I've literally never gotten my eyebrows done in my life. And I was like, why would I risk fucking up my eyebrows? But it was just because I saw a video of a girl being like, I'm going to get my eyebrows like pre-wedding to go do my like fucking lamination tint, blah, 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 all that stuff.
No. Don't
And I was like, I probably
change a
shouldn't do
thing.
that.
Why would you change a thing on such a gorgeous face,
Well, thank you.
like only right before your
I'm
wedding?
not fishing for compliments, I swear.
No, I know you're not, but I'm just here to
No, I
give you the
know.
validation
Well, because
that like
sometimes-
you don't need to
I
do
know,
that
I know.
before. Then all of a sudden,
Sometimes
what if you
people
hate it?
bride shame. Not bride shame, but it's like, I know other people that are getting married and they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, and sometimes they're like, ugh, like you don't have any appointments booked.
No, what are the
Like, I don't
appointments
know.
for? To change how you look
I don't
a
know.
month before your
I don't
wedding?
know. That's
and then
the
all of a
thing,
sudden
I
you
don't
don't look
know.
like yourself?
Yeah, I don't know.
That to me is nuts.
Yeah.
Don't you want to show, like, if you could just bottle up yourself today
Yeah.
and transport it to your wedding day, wouldn't you want that? Like,
definitely.
Yeah.
I am so slightly stressed about my eye. I've been having issues with my left eye. It's been an ongoing thing. And, I got my Charizard to calm down and it's like it's fine. But like, and I clean it and I try and make sure like, so that nothing like comes back, especially for the wedding. But I've noticed that just like right where it was, my eyelashes have stopped growing. Not like they're there, but they almost look like they were cut in half.
Yeah.
And it's just one little spot. And this also made me realize
Well, don't
I think
start
I
using
have
any serums.
No, I know that's what I was nervous about. Well, that's the thing. So then I was on Reddit last night. I was reading all these people talking about it, and they were talking about using like castor oil for your eyelashes and things like that. And then I was like, okay, but I have a gland problem, I think.
Yeah, that might clog it.
I'm like, will that clog it? And then I have an issue, so I don't know. But it's like freaking me out. And then I was like, oh God.
Stop touching it.
I know I shouldn't.
Honey, don't mess with perfection.
Oh my God, but
you don't gotta touch
what
a
I have
thing right now.
You know what I think I have an addiction of?
What?
Or addiction to. And that's probably not helping, because I also saw a lot of people on Reddit being like, oh my God, stop using an eyelash curler. My eyelash curler, I use it every day, no matter what.
Same.
I know.
So what's the issue?
They were saying that sometimes that can like get your eye, like if it gets caught, and sometimes if like it's not in the right place, like I may have been pinching my eyelashes in the wrong spot. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You don't got to worry about a thing, because on your wedding day, Haley, the best makeup artist ever, is going to be doing your makeup, and she's going to make sure it's perfect.
I trust her with my life.
And she's going to put those lashes on, and you're not going to be able to see a half lash, one little half lash.
My little mini missing
Nobody's can see that
section.
besides you. Like, I couldn't even try to understand what you're talking about right now.
I know. If you looked real close, you can see. No, I know. I was actually texting with Haley this week because we've just been all over the place. I was just connecting with her on a bunch of stuff. Then she was like, do you want to, she's the best, right? But she's like, do you want to do a trial? And I was like, I think we've done plenty, like it's, I don't think I'm going to have some drastic new idea of what I want to do with my makeup that I would have to see what it looked like before. I'm just sticking to the hits.
Yeah.
Sticking to like what we've done before that I know looks good.
Yeah. It looks amazing, and it's going to look fantastic.
Yeah. But
so yeah, it's right around the corner.
Yeah. Next month.
And then you're off on your honeymoon. I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too. It'll be the longest we've ever been apart. like in years.
Kind of, yeah, it will be.
In straight up
2
years.
Like a little over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You'll be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we've done, obviously.
You guys let me know what you want to hear during that time, okay? I'm taking requests.
Yeah.
You want special guests.
You should.
You want certain employees. You want non-employees. Listeners, you let me know what you want.
They should make some requests.
Yeah.
Because then if you know, you can reach out to some people, like book them in advance.
Yeah, I'm going to book them in advance.
Book them in advance.
Part of that time I'll be on Surviving Barstool. So, yeah.
It's going
to be hectic, but it's going to be fun.
You've been left with a little bit of a handful of.
That's okay. I'm
life.
ready to take on a handful.
Yeah.
You're going on your honeymoon, sweetheart.
I know.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm excited.
And you don't have to say that you know what I mean? You don't have to miss me. You're going on your honeymoon. You know what I mean?
No, but
you don't have to miss me. You're going on your honeymoon.
No, look, I am extremely excited.
Right.
To go on my honeymoon, and I'm extremely excited to like take a break.
Yeah, of
for
course.
that long of amount of time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, there's gonna be things that are happening. I'm gonna be texting you. I'm gonna be like, what's going on?
And you're gonna be a married woman.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, I'm with my husband on my honeymoon.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yay.
I know.
Oh gosh,
Crazy.
I can't wait.
So
I can't wait.
Crazy.
Right around the corner.
It really is.
All right, shall we get into some topics for today? Listen.
How are you?
Oh,
I just started talking about myself.
No, that's okay. If I'm being completely honest, hitting a bit of a wall of like, I think my body didn't adjust to coming back from Fiji.
100%.
Because
this was a tough week.
Came back from Fiji and then you flew to New Hampshire.
Yeah.
We went to the Jersey Shore and there really wasn't any downtime. It was kind of like come back from Fiji, boom, party,
Yeah.
boom. And then this Monday kind of fucking hit me like a Mack truck.
No, it's completely
where I was
felt like I got hit by a truck as well.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now today, Thursday, I feel like my body is in like recovery mode of all the travel, because London to Fiji, Jersey, my body's just in recovery of like travel, like where am I?
Yeah.
Like, getting back into a routine, cooking for myself, which I really love to do. And I've done it all week now because I really love to cook for myself because I just feel like it's just so much fresher than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you also just know like what's going
what you're
in.
making,
you know what's going in it. You
right,
know what
exactly.
it's being cooked with.
So making myself like nutritious, good meals this week, getting back into routine of working out, and like, we've just been so go. So, but I'm also like hitting a bit of a wall.
Yeah.
So I felt like, I need to take it easy. I need to take it a bit easy this weekend and next week coming up. But yeah,
Agreed.
I was so giddy after we did our interview with Dylan Sprouse yesterday because I was so nervous. And I think sometimes I get anxiety about things for work, but I kind of bury it. And like, I'm like, oh, why do I feel like that? Like the night before the Dylan Sprouse interview, I was like, oh my God, why do I feel this way? Like, oh my God, like and then I'm like, wait, it's because we found out about the Dylan Sprouse interview a month ago.
Yeah.
And so I've kind of just buried it.
Yep.
But when you are or were such a big fan of somebody your entire life, and then you're like, holy fuck, I'm going to meet them. Like, I feel like I try to play it cool on the outside, but on the inside, my body is like freaking the fuck out. And I think that's kind of what was happening the other night. Cause I was like, whoa, I feel weird. And then after the interview, it was so good, so funny. I was so giddy. And when we left work, Matt said to me, he was like, I love seeing like your face after something like this because you're like, you can see the weight was lifted off your shoulders. All of a sudden, like you're like laughing and giggling, whatever, and you're like skipping around, and it's like you can just tell that the anxiety was like eating away at me the night before. So yeah, I'm excited for people to listen to that and hope everybody enjoys it. Like we did.
It was good. It was good. And that's so fair. I think we like internalize a lot of that because we've been doing it for so long that it's almost like people, I think, would just naturally think we're like, no big deal, whatever. But
no, it's such a big deal.
It's still so exciting to us.
It's so exciting, and I still get very nervous for interviews.
Yeah.
Like I still get very, very nervous. And I try to just like bury it deep into my crevices, and it comes out in different ways. But yeah, it is. As long as we do this, we're still going to get nervous and still going to get excited meeting our fucking childhood heroes.
Exactly.
Dylan Sprouse.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the rest of the topics. Listen, I'm still so fucking into everything having to do with Love Island. Like PPG, I follow as soon as Janae, Leah, or Serena post a TikTok, I'm on it. Serena hasn't been posting as much as Janae and Leah. She did make a story saying, though, that like she's in the process of moving different apartments. Like she has a lot going on. Needs to settle down, but as soon as that's over, she's making makeup routines. She's doing get ready with me. Like she'll be doing all of that. So we've been getting a bit more from Leah and Janae, seeing them hang out. Like, we'll get into all of that because there's a lot of drama that's unfolded as well. And also in the same thing, Katie Maloney went on a date with Connor from Love Island. Like, I don't know what's happening there. And Cardi B is pregnant and also getting divorced. A 2-in-1, a two for one deal.
2-for-1 special.
A twofer. We also have a great game of trivia with Kailey, Dana's fiance, like I mentioned. So funny because we explained we had somebody cancel last minute and they came to the rescue. And then our interview with Dylan Sprouse.
All right.
Let's get into it. So people have been texting me that they received our Save the Dates, which I am so excited about. Actually, Noah sent me a nice picture yesterday of our Save the Date. I said, are you hanging that on your fridge? And he said he didn't have magnets, so maybe we need to get him some. But super, super excited. And I used Zola to make those Save the Dates. Zola makes it super easy. You send people a link. They put their address in. You get all the guest list covered. You can print it on the envelopes, print cute little Save the Dates, and also so much more. With Zola, you can plan your entire wedding in one convenient place. From the day you get engaged and search for the venue to the day you send out Save the Dates, which we just did. So excited about that. Make your registry and even taste your cake. Zola has everything you need to make the whole process super easy and actually enjoyable. There's even a 5-star app that helps you plan on the go on your couch. I used the app, which was so convenient, super easy. Also used the website on my laptop, both really easy and convenient. I make it super easy to stay on top of these things and, keep a good list going. Zola makes wedding planning easy and stress-free. They're the first and only stop you need to make on your wedding planning journey. They'll give you expert guidance plus unparalleled support, and their wedding pros are on call to walk couples from question to answer at any time. Their products and tools are built for you. They help couples plan the wedding they really want with tons of unique features. Zola really has it all to help you out, and they've already been such a help, and I'm excited to keep using Zola throughout my wedding planning process. And you can start using Zola too by going to Zola.com, that's Zola.com, and start your planning at Zola.com, that's Zola.com. So there's a lot to unpack with everything Love Island right now. I'll start off. Aaron, Kaylor, and Rob went on BFFs.
Yes.
Which was funny to watch because Dave has no idea.
Zero.
Anything about the show, what has happened. He doesn't understand literally anything about the show. So basically it was just Brie and Josh trying to explain to Dave while they were on what was happening.
Right. And Dave kind of being like laying it all out in just layman's terms to somebody who doesn't watch the show. And he's just like, well, you would be the biggest fucking idiot ever to be with this guy. And they were all shocked to find it. He was like, "Oh my god, you guys are technically still together." Like I literally, they thought
he thought they were broken up.
No, they were broken up the whole time.
Now, there was a lot that went on, and Kaylor kind of was a bit more.
She finally watched Casa.
She finally watched Casa. Saw more. She went in on Aaron a bit more. Everybody went in on Aaron.
Yeah,
but Aaron, for some reason, went in on Serena. For what I don't understand is how Aaron still doesn't understand what he did wrong.
Yeah.
And how Kaylor actually didn't give him as much shit as she should have.
Right.
And he went on to, talk shit about Serena. And then Leah, Serena, and Cordell all commented on a TikTok that was a clip from the podcast, and Leah wrote it's giving white man scared, and then Serena commented whatever, laughing at Leah's comment, and then Cordell was basically she was just expressing her emotions. This is the difference between Cordell and Aaron, is that Cordell understands what he did wrong and why Serena would be mad at him and is allowed to express her emotions Whereas Aaron doesn't understand what he did wrong.
Yeah.
And anytime Kaylor, like, even slightly raised her voice at Aaron, he immediately yelled back.
Right.
So it's like there's just an extreme disconnect here that Aaron still is not getting.
Yeah, I mean, and also Aaron is the guy that will be like, he's basically talking to everybody like they're idiots in a kind of way of like, well, if you don't realize that it's reality TV, like that's on you, you know, like that's kind of, you know, I would think that people are smarter than that. Like he plays that game. And it feels like he does bring up production a lot of like, oh, you know, it's Love Island. They push you to do this. They push you to do that. And Kaylor was like, yeah, yeah, they did. Like, just like they were saying to you guys, oh, the girls are doing this. Like, they were doing that to us. The boys are doing this, but I still didn't do anything. Like, she was like, that's the difference. Like, you know, and he still is pushing like, oh, you know, like there are plenty of times when she wasn't talking to me. There's plenty of times where she was, not immediately being nice to me, and all that stuff got cut. So it just feels like, while yes, I'm sure that is true. Once again, we're watching an hour. They're filmed 24/7, and we're getting like a very small percentage of what is going on. I'm sure some of that is true, but it's just like there is still such a lack of accountability in his actions that were shown. Right? So it's like, I get it, but all he wants to do is blame other people or blame production or blame this or blame that. And then like when he is being like, like I'm just an idiot. I'm just a fucking idiot. Like he's just like, that's all he does. Then it's like, and he laughs about it because he's like, oh, I'm the villain. I'm the villain.
Yeah. Oh my God. He kept saying that in the airport too. I'm the villain.
I'm the villain. Like it's like, okay. And then he's laughing. He's like, oh, like Dave's just gonna, what's Dave's going to say? Like again, I'm like, okay, all right. You know what? Like that's, there's no getting through to this guy. And it was funny for him to be like, yeah, I'm going to move to LA. And Dave's like, you don't want to be famous, you're moving to LA. And also, I feel like he was kind of trying to shit on the other girls almost, and the other people that are trying to like turn it into a career. It was weird, his commentary he's like, nobody's gonna care about us, like it's just reality TV, like we're not gonna be walking red carpets and like doing stuff. It's like, you might, if you can turn it into the right, like, I know you fucking wish if you can turn it into the right opportunity.
It's because he wishes people were responding to him the way that they are Leah, Janae, and Serena, and the reason people are responding to Leah, Janae, and Serena the way that they are is because they're authentic, and they're entertaining. Like,
right. It's so weird for a guy who's from the UK, who is very familiar with Love Island UK, or so he claims he isn't. He says he only watched the 3rd season, but like he must know that so many Love Island UK people in the UK are actually famous,
right?
And walk carpets and do all those things and do deals and like do all that stuff.
It's extremely bizarre. And then Josh was saying, he was like, why wouldn't like you capitalize on it? Like, it's kind like
Josh was kind of like, sounds like you're kind of wasting going. Like, why are you going on this show then?
Yeah, there's no shame in capitalizing off the fame that this show gives you. Like, I don't think there's any shame in that. Like, you went on the show, you gained a bunch of followers, you might as well like make a career out of it.
Totally.
And it's kind of like what Rob does too, where Rob is like, oh, like, first of all, when it comes to Andrea, like she's got her own whatever she's saying about Miguel, it was an old podcast, but still, it's like, why are you talking about every man wanting you over every other girl? Like, I hate that kind of talk, and like it does not make you come across looking good, and it makes you come across like you care so much more about the guys than like any of the girls. But when it comes to Rob talking about Andrea making videos and talking about the show, he was like, I just like wouldn't like go on live and like talk about the TV show I was on every night. It's like, well, you're on every fucking podcast talking about the TV show you were on. So like,
it's like being invited on a podcast is, I don't know. He like holds that at a higher standard,
Like,
or something.
You flew straight to call her daddy. So what do you mean?
I know. I don't get it. I feel like it's just a weird thing too. It's like, oh, like I wish we could just be I wish we could just be talking, like not about the show. Dave was like, what do you mean? You were on the show. That's why you're here. Like, you have to talk about the show. Like,
you wouldn't be on this show if you were not on that show.
Exactly. So I feel like it's just such a bizarre scenario to me. Like, just nobody's gonna kill you. No, like you're not gonna be struck by lightning if you admit to wanting to be famous.
You know what it is?
You know what I'm saying? Like him being like, and him talking about, oh, I got this opportunity, met these guys, go out to LA, do these videos. Like, okay, sure. Like, yes, you're taking those opportunities. You're just going wherever the wind blows you. That's fine. But you cannot tell me that when those followers were going up on those accounts, you weren't thinking like, whoa, a lot of people are paying attention to this.
Of course.
Like, that's
it's like
wild.
People just like have this too cool for school attitude, and they have that where it's like, no, I don't care about the followers. Like, I'm just doing my thing. And it's like, give me a fucking break.
Yeah,
don't act like you're not excited about it. Don't act like you're not thinking, oh, this is a way to make money, different things. Like, I just hate the too cool for school attitude.
And don't talk down to the people that are doing it, because Andrea, whatever, you can like her, not like her, but she was on the show for a short amount of time, and she's trying to make the most out of her short-lived opportunity. Because like now, there are some people that are probably gonna have more longevity than she is. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why is it hurting you for her to just do what she wants to do?
Are you allowed to, because you were on longer, so you can go talk on every podcast? But it's just confusing.
I know, feels silly.
I will say though, when people get it right, where it's like, okay, we were all rooting, Janae, Serena, Leah, like towards the end, it was like, these are the favorites.
Yeah.
And then they leave the villa and you get to see them outside the villa and they are still the favorites and they're still entertaining and you love them even more. Like, I've grown to love them even more than I already did just by watching their personalities outside the villa, where the ones that were disliked and people are going after them have continued to make it worse for themselves outside the villa. Like, I feel like besides Kendall, I feel like he's redeemed himself a little bit. Yeah. Like in my
Poor
world,
Kendall.
where like
I feel bad.
And maybe it's because I feel like he's been through a lot, and I feel like he went on Vile Files, and it seems like a lot of one day at a time talk from him and Nicole.
Yeah, it just sounds like Nicole is already stepping back a lot.
I feel like it would be unfortunate if it was like because of everything that happened, and it's like, well, if you loved him then, it's just, I don't know, it's hard with that. So. And Kendall went back he's back to work. Like, do your thing, Kendall. But for Aaron and Rob, it's like, they only look worse and worse.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Kaylor.
The reunion's going to be really interesting.
The reunion's going to be great. Kaylor, like, hopefully she listens to her friends and family and everybody else being like, he doesn't get it. Like, he does not get it. Him wanting to move to LA. I saw someone say this where it was like, he says he's moving to the U.S. to be closer to Kaylor. He's not even moving to New York City, which would be closer to Kaylor. Yeah. He's moving to L.A., which is like further from where he's from and further from where Kaylor's from.
Yeah, completely.
Like, if he was because of Kaylor, he'd move a little closer to Kaylor. Yeah. Not to L.A.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I don't know. It's America. I don't know where to go. Like, it's like, okay.
Right. So all that's still going on. The reunion's going to be so good. Leah unfollowed Rob. She unfollowed Andrea. She unfollowed Sierra.
Yeah.
She must be watching the show. Like.
Yeah, either that or I just feel like she's just seeing how people are moving on the outside and is just like, I don't care for this.
Right. And she said she went on Canceled with Tana because I think it was just Tana and Leah because it was over Zoom. But Tana said that she was going to maybe do one with Leah and Brooke and her. I don't know. I was confused by all that. I only saw clips where she said that she has no interest in having a friendship with Rob at this point.
She's like out of respect for Miguel and their relationship.
Which was it's a different tone than like the week prior or the week before that, where she said she wanted a friendship with Rob.
Right. And it's just, I don't know if maybe something happened or if they've had conversations or like, she was posting, like she posted a TikTok with Rob, like right when they came out, they were all at her house. And it felt like the internet really freaked out. And a lot of the comments were like, oh my God, that's disrespectful to Miguel. Like, it's just like, first of all, it's just fucking mind your own business.
And Leah did comment. She was like, my friend had a tough day yesterday, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think maybe at this point she realized like she can't really be friends with Rob without people freaking the fuck out.
Exactly.
Like,
and you may just know like, hey, I got to do what's best for me right now. And that's just going to be not being your friend.
Right. And that's totally fair.
Yeah.
And then she also said that like the day after, production called her and asked if she would do Love Island games. And she said she couldn't even let them finish. She said no immediately. Yeah. And that she would never do a dating show again. So, at this point, she doesn't have to.
No, she doesn't have to, but I would love to see her on Love Island games.
I would, but I also think it's like, It is disrespectful though. She'll be like, will you do Love Island games? Meanwhile, she like left in a couple with Miguel.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's basically being like, hey, we don't believe that anything's gonna happen
No,
between you
I know,
two.
but like, yeah, that is true, but I just think that, it's showbiz, baby.
Yeah, they're trying
to reach out to those people fast.
And of course they would ask Leah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Respect them asking.
I'm sure Rob got that call right away too.
Yeah. It's crazy to see how much they're talking about production though. Like,
yeah, they are.
I feel like production's gonna make them sign a heftier NDA next season. Yeah. My gosh,
they may rework that.
They might rework that a bit because it's everybody's talking about production this, production that.
Even Kaylor was like, look, like, I am a crier, but when I was crying the most, or when I was the most emotional, like that's when they would pull me to go do my, just kind of giving the inside of the tactics that are
and
used,
I feel like
which is of course used. They're trying to,
they
want to capture everyone at their most heightened emotion.
Yeah. And it's also like, wait, why is my brain just like short circuited? I don't even remember.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. Where it's just like I'm speaking, but then it just stops.
No, like I was about to say something,
thought, it's gone.
and the thought just
gone.
like evaporated.
Okay. It'll come back.
Whatever. I was talking enough anyway.
Yeah,
you get the gist.
Truly, sometimes it's just like I catch myself where I'm talking, and it can be about anything, literally on the podcast, anything, and I'm just like, what am I even saying?
Right. Wait, I think I just remembered. Unless I already said it. See, I can't even remember if I said it. It seems like one person said something about production. Now they're all saying something about production.
You did not say that. So
I didn't say it. That was the thought that I wanted to say. Yeah. It's like they felt like, it's free reign now. Like if Kane's going to be going off on TikTok talking about everything.
Exactly. No, that's so true. Because I feel like he pushed the limit quickly. And it seems nothing has happened to him. So why not have that? Why would the other contestants not have some kind of transparency, especially if it's a escape route, like especially if it's a cop out, for like somebody like Aaron, like he's gonna bring up production as much as he possibly can because it's his only excuse.
Production wasn't telling you to lean in for a kiss after
no,
exactly,
and that's what Kaylor's been saying.
Exactly. On top of that, side note, Katie Maloney was seen out with Connor. Now, this surprised me because I feel like Katie would be like, ew to Connor.
Oh, I don't think so. Katie's been loving the younger guys.
I know, in terms of just like the way that he treated Janae and then like was kind of just out of there, Or I mean, like Leah kind of got him out of there. But I thought that maybe Katie would be like, nah.
No, I don't know. I doubt she even watched the show really that much. I mean, maybe I'm sure. Well, I'm sure she did.
Yeah,
I'm sure she did somewhat, but like, I could also see Katie just being like, he lives in LA and he's like super cute, so I'm
like just go on a date with him. Yeah. Ariana was probably like
for solely no other reason besides that,
just because
he is a handsome guy,
Yeah, just go on a date.
Yeah. But yeah, that's an interesting combo.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting that there was no pictures.
Right.
So it was like, who told Us Weekly this?
Somebody ran right to
who
him.
gave the exclusive right to them? No pictures.
Connor.
So true. Connor was like, by the way, I just went on a date with Katie Maloney. Write about it. Write a piece. Let him know I just went on a date. Yeah, I can't fucking get enough of these people. And let me tell you, they need to do like a summer house style house with them and just put them all in. I don't know if any of them would sign up for it. It's been all over TikTok. People have been saying that.
Oh, I saw Jake Shane made a TikTok about that too. He was like, get these people on, like put them on a show. Put them on a show
like Jersey Shore Summer House. They it would be, they would go for seasons. Like seriously, they could just all have their own reality show together and it would be incredible. Like what? Peacock better be thinking about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen to me, Peacock. We made this happen once before. Make it happen again with me.
Right.
Here
It's just like, where do they draw the line?
Let me EP. Let me EP. Let me on this shit.
Is it just like the final like 6 couples?
I think you take the most explosive ones.
Yeah.
You take.
I feel like you have to throw some of the single ones in there. That
you have to.
Right?
Like, I'm not saying just final couples. I think you got to pull. You got to pull a bunch of people.
Yeah.
You got to people voted off in the beginning.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
I think you got to put Liv in there.
Got to put Liv in there. Yeah. I don't know. It would be magic. It would be magic.
It would.
But yeah, I can't wait for the reunion. I can't fucking wait for the reunion. I want more of them to come in here. Like, I really like. we want literally anybody who wants to come in here to sit on this little couch with Dobby and Beulah and talk to us about what's going on. So hopefully we can make that happen, but we'll see. Yeah. Very, very excited for the reunion. And then on top of that, this morning, Cardi B and Offset announced that they were getting divorced, and then all of a sudden, Cardi B was like, I'm pregnant.
Yeah. When one door closes, another one opens is what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and she actually said, with every ending comes a new beginning. That was her Instagram caption.
Yeah.
But
I guess that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, she did confirm. Yeah, she confirmed in a Thursday Instagram that she is pregnant with her third baby, hours after news broke of her filing for divorce from husband Offset. She referenced the split. She wrote, with every ending comes a new beginning. I'm so grateful to have shared this season with you. You have brought me more love, more life, and most of all, renewed my power, reminding me that I can have it all. You've reminded me that I never have to choose between life, love, and my passion. I love you so much and cannot wait for you to witness what you helped me accomplish, what you pushed me to do. It's so much easier taking life's twists, turns, and tests laying down, but you, your brother, and your sister have shown me why it's worth it to push through. So it's a beautiful sentiment, right? Like, she's like having another baby, but she's also just doing what she wants to do, and the relationship with Offset is not good. Not good for her, so she's filing for divorce.
I thought that they've been divorced.
I thought they were too, to be completely honest.
Like, I thought that this has been over.
I thought that they had been broken up for quite some time. I think they have been. They've been on and off.
For years.
Yeah.
It's been on and off for years now.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So, I don't even know. It's like, I thought they'd been broken up for at least a year already. But 2019, they got back together. Their divorce was filed in September of 2020.
Right.
And then they got back together and then broke up again in 2023 after accusing each other of cheating. Cardi B told her social media followers in December 2023 that she had been single for a minute and wanted to start 2024 fresh and open. So, there was a little canoodling at the beginning of this year, it seems,
Mm-hmm.
Just a little regress.
These two, they can't quit each other.
Yeah.
But yet they can every other month.
Right. Well, it sounds like she was like, you know what? Let's get these announcements out all at once.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm divorced, but I'm also pregnant.
Yep.
Boom.
Here it is.
Quite the announcement.
Exactly.
2 in 1.
Exactly. So, as long as Cardi B's doing what she wants to be doing,
right. It's like,
it just feels like they made, from the outside, not a great relationship. Yeah. Cheating accusations, turmoil, there's been a lot.
Yeah.
And they probably don't trust each other, and that's where they're at.
Mm-hmm. It's like, congrats, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But congrats.
But could also be just double congrats.
Congrats and congrats.
Yeah. Could be a double congrats.
A double whammy.
Exactly.
So congrats to them.
We'll
leave it on that.
On the divorce and the baby.
Congrats.
Yep.
Good for you guys. All right. That wraps up the topics.
The perfect summer playlist may be elusive, guys, but one thing is for sure, it gets better when enjoyed with an ice-cold Coors Light, like the one in my hand, because music plus Coors Light equals chill amplified. Coors Light is the only choice when you're ready to choose chill. When you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light. Enjoying some favorite music. We're traveling again next week, guys. We're headed to Colorado. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. You can put those pieces together. I got a Coors Light in my hand, and we're headed to Colorado. And we're going to be listening to some great music. You're getting ready for a pool day, a beach day. You're packing up your cooler. You got your speaker. You're playing your favorite artist, and you're listening, and you're drinking some ice-cold Coors Light. So amplify your chill this summer with Coors Light. Choose chill. Choose Coors Light. Go to CoorsLight.com/summermusic to see how Coors Light can amplify your summer. And be sure to keep an eye out on Coors Light's social handles all summer long for more exciting announcements. And always, celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right, everyone, we are here with a special guest. We are joined by Dylan Sprouse. Thank you for joining us, Dylan.
Am I waving to the camera?
Yeah, that one. If you
middle
really
guy.
want to, or if you
Or
want to
this
make
one
a
back
direct
here.
point, like
Oh my
something that
God.
you really want to
Yeah.
stick,
I didn't
look
even
right into
see.
that
I didn't
camera.
see. Okay.
Yeah, this one was
Gotcha.
kind of hidden back here.
Yeah, think about something really strong you want to hit home about.
I don't often feel the need to direct point. That's
Intimidating.
But
that's a
if you-
strange vibe.
But if you do.
Yeah, if
Oh.
you find yourself in this interview wanting to make, because we're very serious.
Yeah.
Look right into that
Very
camera.
serious.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited to have you here. We are massive, longtime, lifelong fans.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I know. I've been
You can tell
tagged
by
in
the
your
age.
photos
Yeah.
or tagged in your videos
Yeah.
for like years now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah. We've said some things. I was a
No.
big Zach and Cody fan. We'll
Yes.
get ahead of it,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Who wasn't?
Good, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Right, exactly. You should feel complimented by that.
Yeah, it rocked.
It did rock. It did rock. And you're here in New York celebrating the premiere of your new movie, The Duel,
That's right.
which is super exciting. And it's in what's unfortunate is this is going to come out and everybody won't be able to see it in theaters because
Maybe
it
not in
is
theaters.
tonight happening.
It is
Screenings are happening
today.
today. But you are going to be able to maybe pop in to some screenings.
That's what I'm doing today
Yeah.
after that. Well, first I'm taking a nap.
Okay, priorities.
After
First
this
I'm taking
interview?
a nap. Yeah, right after this. No, here.
Yeah.
And on this
Right
couch
now.
Right on
next
this
to Dobby.
couch. It's a comfy couch.
Next to Dobby. That's a fever dream.
Yeah.
I'm taking a nap, but then for the rest of the night, I'm probably traveling around to different theaters. We sold out like 3 in the city, I think, so I'll just pop in. But we don't have anything planned, so I'm like...
I was
told
going to
my-
ask you, what's your plan? Like, what are you going to do when
I
you
know,
go into the
it just-
theater?
To me, I'm worried it's just going to look creepy. You know, like I'm going to walk up and be like, hey, I don't want that
You're just going to like
energy.
tap some of the people on the shoulder in their seats? It's me.
Hey,
Walkout song?
did you like it?
Yeah.
It's a little
Before,
weird.
do you think you'll come out before or after they see the movie?
I would prefer before.
Yeah.
You know, after is a little weird because then it's like I'm pressuring them into
Right,
being
right.
like, "What'd you
loved it."
think?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?"
Right.
Yeah.
dude.
And then you can tell on their faces what they thought if it's at the
Yeah.
end. Whereas the beginning, like, they're excited.
It's also kind of like the ending's up to a little bit of interpretation too, which is fun. So I know it's going to be a lot longer conversations at the end.
So it's kind of a scenario where it would be really fun to see their reaction behind like a two-way mirror,
Yeah.
not actually in front of their faces.
At a lot of our pre-screenings when we were editing it, we had people just arguing about it, which I think is great. Like
Yeah.
as filmmakers, you want that.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
some sort of discourse by the end of it. But I don't necessarily want that in the wilds of New York City.
Right.
Yeah. You don't necessarily want to be in the room.
No, not necessarily. I don't want them to direct it at me.
Yeah.
Right.
If you had to walk into the theater to a walkout song, what would it be?
Oh my God. Get Low, maybe?
Yeah, get the crowd going.
That's
love-
wild.
That's a
dude.
great choice.
It's crazy. It also just doesn't fit me. At all, so I think it's kind of funny.
Like, you don't even dance to it. You kind of just, like, slowly walk out.
Stiff,
Yeah.
Don't know what to do with my hands.
Everyone in the audience is like, we know that's Dylan's
We
music.
know that's him. We just don't like his song choice. It's really funny to me.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the new movie because it is, like we just said, The Duel. People will be able to watch it on demand and everything in August, coming up August 16th. So everyone can do that. But just let's hear about the new film, your character, the premise.
Yeah, so I've been doing this all day, so now
Yeah,
I'm kind
yeah.
of like warmed up.
Right.
So the movie
Change up certain things.
I can't. No, now that I've been doing it that way, if I change it up, I might
Yep.
just forget it all. No, the movie takes place and it's 2 best friends. They like gravely wrong each other and they decide to challenge each other to a duel to the death. Old-timey style. It's very fun. It's dark comedy. And I made this about 4 years ago with some of my best friends in the world. The co-directors and writers are some of my best friends. And all of the actors in it are very good friends of mine too. So this was really, it's the first one I've ever EP'd, executive produced. So that's fun. But this is probably the most proud I've been of a movie in a really long time. So I'm happy about this. I really want people to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you said it's the first time that you're executive producing. What was that like for you? Because it's totally different being able to like make decisions for the movie you're making.
Yeah, before, when you're acting, you're very much living in like a certain time period of production, whereas when you're EPing, you're all the way through now. So So for me, this has been kind of an interesting dilemma to have, but it's a welcome one. I'm not sure that I would be EPing if it weren't for the fact that I was working with all of my homies. Like, that's not
Right.
something that really interests me. I want to make movies with people I like. I'm 32 now, things are different.
32 is, you're up there
You're
now. I'm looking.
Ancient.
Yeah.
It's ancient.
You've been around a long time.
Dude, it's ancient. I mean, now there's things like as soon as I got married and hit 30, like my ass crack is out all the time. Like, I swear, it's like my shirt rises up. My
that's the
pants,
worst.
It's I'm becoming
You
a
just
dad.
can't get
Your
your
wife,
pants to
like,
fit
please
quite
cover
right.
it up.
It's really heartwarming. I was saying this yesterday. It's really heartwarming that no matter what shape I'm in, she actually doesn't give a fuck. That's how I know I'm loved, right? And because I remember I did these movies like this Beautiful Disaster and Beautiful Wedding, and I was in great shape, right? Like, I fucking cut myself up for it. And part of you is like, her husband or her boyfriend. Part of you's doing it for her a little bit. You're like, she's gonna like this. I bet she's gonna be very sexually attractive. Doesn't give a fuck. Did not give a fuck. I was like, this? What do you mean? And at first I was disappointed. I was like, come on, babe, this isn't hot. I'm hot to me right now. She was like,
I'm enjoying looking at myself. Aren't you?
Aren't you? Shouldn't you?
Yeah, it's so sweet of her to love you no matter what, but at the same time, you're like, a little more?
Right.
No? Anything? Anything at all? So that's been funny. Yeah.
All right. Well, in the movie, like you said, we're going old timey Duel.
Oh yeah.
You're thinking drawing that pistol from the hip, that kind of stuff.
Flintlocks, baby.
What kind of props were you guys working with, and how was it kind of like managing all of that? Because there's swords and all that fun stuff.
No, we had genuine flintlock pistols for this, and those are rare enough as is.
Right.
But that is legitimately, you like screw flint into the actual mechanism, which ignites black powder and shoots a ball that you have to stuff down the muzzle. It's like
Crazy.
We genuinely use those, and that was cool to see. But as you can imagine, the people who have those things, like naturally, the people who collect those things, are interesting characters, right? They're interesting people.
Right. So you have to like get those on loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed to keep those.
Yeah.
No, I don't think the people would want you to keep those.
No.
I'm also sure they got a lot of other skeletons in their closet
Right.
that they don't want you to know.
Right.
But honestly, really, to me, I thought the wildest part was just what they wore. Like outfits for dueling, which is a thing, I guess. Outfits for dueling are not conducive to dueling.
Yeah.
You're wearing capes and cloaks.
Yeah,
and
they're getting
shit.
in the way.
It's just a weird. It's a weird outfit to wear if you're trying to kill someone. I think. Although I haven't killed anyone yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Not yet. But
Now
yeah,
that you're hinting to it.
just stare off.
Yeah.
Like a Dobby.
And there's all different types too, because I feel like you see duels in movies and TV shows that take place during that time, but it is portrayed in the very serious way because it was very serious during that time
it's
when
life
they
or death.
were really doing it.
Absolutely.
And now you guys are taking more of a obviously comedic spin on that.
For sure, we're a dark comedy, but I think that what we're trying to portray, like the very real emotions of going into modern people deciding to duel each other to the death, is like,
Right.
it's still there are some emotions there, obviously. It's also like we deal with a lot of ideas of masculinity in the movie, which is to say, like I mean, part of the fun of the movie is watching these people you're growing to like, and you're kind of frustrated by they could get off at every turn and they just keep going deeper into it, which is true of a lot of my friends in real life while I watch them. So I think those are all kind of like the fun aspects of it. But suffice to say, when we shot the movie, the actual duel, which I won't spoil, but we saved it to the very end of our production cycle. So by the time that Callan and I, who plays the other duelist, were actually getting up there, you start to get a little nervous, and you do have weapons in your hands. So it was cool the way it worked out.
Yeah, you got to make sure everybody's, practiced. The right people are on set.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is dark comedy like your kind of humor in general?
Yeah, I'm a weird guy. I'm a strange man. No, in general, it's all of my friend group has pretty fucked up senses of humor now.
It always works when your friends also have a fucked up sense of humor. Because then you
Totally.
kind of know, like, what you can say or can't say.
Our group chat's pretty lit.
Right.
It's pretty fucked up too, though.
Or you're like, I wouldn't love if anybody else saw these, but
Oh,
my
no.
friends.
I'd go to jail.
You're on a watch list.
I'd go to jail.
Does it make you like in that sense? You said you're making this movie with some of your closest friends, and you're doing that. Is there times when you're sitting down, you're talking about the movie, you're talking about the script and everything, and you're like, "This is really funny to us. Is this going to be funny for other people?"
Right.
Well, I'm really glad you brought that up, because the truth is, I don't think enough people are making things that they just themselves
think is
find
funny.
Yeah.
Completely.
Totally.
Completely.
Comedy, it's kind of fell off for
Yeah.
a little bit, and thank God it's coming back the way it is. I mean, I think part of what we're trying to do, I was talking to someone outside and we were talking about Indiana, right? Because that's where we filmed this. Part of what we're trying to do a little bit is just, we have no interest in making something that appeals to everyone. We have an interest in making things that are fun for us, and then we hope that people like it. And I think it will go over well. I'm not worried. But, at the same time, I think part of the problem with a lot of what we see in the industry now is that it's just everything seems like it's digested on a spreadsheet. And I'm like, this sucks.
Right.
And we went out to Indiana, and the way we got funding for this movie, just being transparent, is we asked for a lot of these funders out there. We're like, do you hate everything you're watching right now? And they're like, God, yes. Are you making anything different than that? And we're like, yeah, we're trying.
Yeah.
If you'd like to join us.
And if you think about it, like Fran was saying, when you're with your friends and you're like, are we the only ones that are going to find this funny? The chances are, if there's a group of you that finds it funny, there's going to be other groups out there that find it funny. And it also reminds me of, like, I feel like there was a golden age of comedy movies that at the time when they came out were maybe not so popular, or like you said, like spreadsheet, like metrics wise, like they didn't do great numbers. But when you look back, you're like, that movie was hilarious. And you appreciate it a lot more as time goes on. Like, it kind of grows.
Totally. I also think in general, like, a lot of the companies that were the studios that had those movies were also taking more risks.
Oh,
back then.
yeah.
Just in general of what they were buying and funding and marketing. And I think, like, that also needs to change a little bit. There's a lot of stuff, and we address a lot of that in the movie too, which is fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel like it always comes back around. Like, it's like highs and lows.
Yep, exactly. So you said this is maybe the most excited you've been for a project. What has kind of been those ups and downs for you, just acting wise? Because, like you said, we've been big fans for a while. Disney Channel, take a break, you go to college, you do all that. You do some projects. What kind of has brought you back into, like, really, like you said, being super excited for a project?
Honestly, I think it was just kind of having a little bit more agency, right? But now that I'm an adult, that's a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
You can afford to be more choosy about what you make when you're an adult and you're the only one who really gives a fuck. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to start making projects and working on films in general and things in general where I just like the people I'm working with. I'm not going to torture myself on projects that I hate the people on. That's not going to be a fun ride, no matter how sick it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I might do that if it was like a fantasy sci-fi project and I got to ride horses and stuff.
Dragon.
Put me on a dragon and be like, okay, I'll make it
I fucking hate that guy.
But
if you put me on a dragon next to him,
I look like I'm riding a dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm putting that on the wall.
Yeah.
But no, I think I just, you find the love of what you do by working with people you like.
Yeah.
And with this one, at least, it was just like, it was a bunch of those elements coming together into a project that we were all just very proud of. Also, we had Patrick Warburton acting in it with us, who is just one of the funniest humans alive. He told me the other day, he was like, he's like, I recently got back into doing comedy shows. And he just, like, at the age of, like, 64, 65, however old he is. It's like, that's got to be the latest start in the game to start doing that. And he is genuinely funny enough for me to believe he's going to kill it.
Right.
I mean, he sold out, like, a 700-person theater.
I can totally imagine.
A solo
He's
show.
one of the most iconic, like, voices,
Right.
too. You
Oh,
know?
wild.
Yeah.
I was just talking about this, but more of like startup comedians who are just getting into it. I went to a show where it was like people of all ages. Like you have somebody in their 60s, 40s, 50, then you have some like 20s, and you're like, I give people so much credit now for him, obviously very established, but still at that age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
getting
just-
in front of people, you never know what's going to happen.
Just grease the wheels.
Yeah, exactly. Growing up, because you started acting at such a young age, did you have people that you didn't like when you were younger? Because now you've reached a point where you don't want to do something where you're surrounded by people you don't like. Did you feel that way when you were younger?
No, not on anything. I've been lucky enough. I mean, of course, there's like few things here or there, but I've been lucky enough to always work on projects that I've liked. In recent memory, I worked on one that, and I won't name names, but that was terrible experience. And I was like, I'm not doing this ever again. The vibe is all off. I'm chill, dude.
Yeah. So chill.
out. No, it was all off. So now it's just an effort to do whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
And I'm happen to be lucky because my friends are also very talented. Right. If part of the benefit of growing up in the industry is that you can eventually meet people who are very multi-talented, and that's part of what we're trying to do down in Indiana.
Yeah.
Right.
Was there a time in college where you were like, I don't really know if I'll ever go back to it?
For sure. I mean, and that was part of my impetus to go to college. Right. And I went here in NYU. So I was, I did the 4-year run. But that was part of my impetus here. And I think it was just because, again, when you start at such a young age, you don't know if you love it because you've just been doing it for so long or you genuinely have an urge to do it. But after all of those years and after I realized that all the things I was also interested in had some form of entertainment value to it, I realized that I genuinely did love doing it. And it doesn't mean I like storytelling, right? I like that aspect. So for me, it doesn't have to be in front of the camera. I'm not precious. I mean, I rock in front of the camera, so I'm like,
You're like, I'm a fucking great actor.
I mean, you'd be stupid not to. No. But I think that for me was a nice realization to make. Felt like I didn't waste all my time.
Yeah, definitely.
When you first got to college, at the beginning of this, we started off by saying, obviously, we loved Zach and Cody.
Yeah.
You were like, it was sick. When you started college, did you feel that way, or was it kind of trying to shed that image at first?
I gotta tell you, I'm never like, I don't think I have like a let's fuck with this guy energy. Not in like a fight way, but like no one's trying to start shit with me. I don't like give off like this guy's a dickhead.
Yeah.
I'm not giving that to anybody. So no one comes up and is ever really, I don't have bad experiences with people.
Yeah.
And maybe the way I like to describe it is like, people come up to me like I'm their cousin who they never met. That is like the vibe I get. Where they're like, "Oh, dude, it's so good to see you." Again. Like,
How you been?
We've never met.
Right.
When I was in Boston, which I love that city. When I was in Boston, that's where the show was based out of. Was in Boston, and I'd walk around Boston. I was shooting a movie out there, and they'd come up to me and they were like, "Hey, welcome back." And I was like, I've never been here. They're like, what do you mean?
That's amazing.
Hotel's right there.
You're like, you were at the Red Sox game in that one episode.
What the hell? I was like, I promise you.
I'm sorry to break your heart right now. I was not here.
I should just let them believe.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell them.
Did you ever go to Boston before, like growing up when you were on Sweet Life with Zach and Cody? Like, did you know what you were filming, what it had to do with?
Yeah, I have a cousin out there. This was wild. I didn't know I had a cousin until I was 20.
Okay.
And I have a very small family unit. It's like my dad, my brother, and I. And I'm going out to Boston. I think it was for like Penny Arcade or like a video game expo or something. I was going out to Boston, and my dad called me. He's like, "What are you up to?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going out to Boston." He's like, "Oh, you should visit your cousin while you're out there." And I was
You're
like,
Dad, what the
fuck are you talking about? He's like, yeah, son, Matt. He's named after me. I was like, Ivy. I was like, how old is he? Oh, he's your age. Like, I have a same age cousin who's named after you that you never told me about until I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. He's always wanted to hang out with you. I kept forgetting. I was like, you're a terrible human being.
First of all, same age cousin is sick because you're like, we could have been friends.
Could have been friends.
You deprived me of a friend. Also, you now are the long lost cousin.
Dude,
that
totally.
people haven't seen.
I was like, and by the way, he rocks. He's a like 6'3", bright red haired, face identical to my father, which is wild.
Yeah.
Like his
Yeah.
spitting image of my dad, and he's like a chemical engineer. I was
Amazing.
like, this guy rocks.
Yeah, you're like, we could have been best friends.
We could have been besties.
You guys could have been triplets.
Dude,
Yeah.
my dad just blew it. Because he forgot just dad shit, you know?
I just
Yeah,
forgot. It just slipped my mind.
Right, classic dad move. Oh, they live in Boston. We never
Get
see
around
them.
to
Right?
it.
Yeah, they're
Around it.
Yeah,
exactly.
It'll come about eventually.
You guys had a little like mini reunion on the carpet for the premiere. Phil Lewis was there.
Yeah.
Which was very nice. When was the last time you saw him?
Out of all of the cast, I see Phil the
most?
most. Yeah. I just love him to death. He is truly one of the best human beings I know. And also one of the funniest human beings ever. Like, they never really allowed him to spread his wings. If people were to know how he actually talked, they would go crazy. That's another guy who I think could really be a comedian, but
It's kind of like
Kind of
when
like a Bob
I was
Saget
just gonna
type
say
thing.
Bob
Like,
Saget on Full House, then you watch him on Entourage, and you're like,
precisely.
oh.
Like,
Whoa.
whoa,
Yeah.
Bob. Yeah.
No, it was great. I see Phil a lot, but I'm so thankful he came out to Indiana. And then it was very surreal because it's been a long time since my brother Phil and I have been together.
Okay.
the three of you
Right?
together.
Yeah, because I'll stop by like wherever Phil's house is at, and I'll just pull up and be like, "Hey, I'm around the corner. I'm going to say hi." But it's been a while for us to all be together like that. And it was me, Patrick Warburton, Phil, and Cole. And we went to a cigar bar, and we all smoked cigars and like talked shit to each other for 2 hours. And I was like, this is the best possible way to reunite with the coolest people in the world.
Yep.
It's like, this rocks. I'm going to keep that memory forever.
That's an incredible way to spend a night. You bring up Cigar Room, you bring up your brother. Have to know when he did that Call Her Daddy interview with the cigarette the entire time. Did you rag on him for that?
I mean, I rag on him about everything. I think he even rags on himself.
Right, of
about
course.
it, right? I find it hilarious, personally. I also don't find it that big of a deal also. So there was a part in the back of my mind where I was like, am I also a deviant?
Yeah.
I was like, so what? He's just doing his thing. But I also vape. Right.
Yeah.
So like a very different vibe.
Yeah.
I understand, like, if you're someone who smokes and you want to be comfortable in your interview. I think it's like the internet when they run with things and they're just like
Tear off,
immediately
right.
they're like, oh, we're gonna rip him
We're
to
gonna
shreds.
tear off
Just
on
because
it.
it's
Five
when
people
someone's
decided
holding
that
a
they were going to
cigarette.
make fun of it.
Yeah.
It was like that was
Then
it.
I
And
was it.
honestly, the memes were spicy.
Yeah, they were.
I liked them. I thought they were hilarious.
Yeah.
They were funny.
They were hilarious.
Were you sending them to him at all?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, I think you like posted a bunch of them
Oh
afterwards or
yeah, I mean, at
something.
that point, you guys have a great sense of
You have
humor.
to
What we
embrace
see
it.
online,
You
it's
have
like you
to.
have to embrace it.
We're pretty
Also,
self-defeating anyway,
yeah.
so it's like
in honor of the Olympics, Nick Jonas just talked about the Disney Channel games, and
yeah?
he said that he compared the Disney Channel games to Love Island on crack. What would you compare the Disney Channel games to? Because we were like, I'm
we
not
thought
sure
maybe
about
we weren't
that.
quite sure about
Yeah.
that comparison.
We were like,
that's a really weird take, honestly.
that's what our take on it was. We were like, we were like, we're not sure Nick Jonas
Well,
knows
it's funny
what
because
Love
you were
Island
like,
is.
I don't know if he's
Yeah.
watched Love Island that he
Yeah.
knows what this means.
I'll tell you, I got to the point. So Barbara loves Love Island.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll be sitting on the couch doing my thing next to her while she's watching it. And I'm like the, it's like the trope of the dad who gets the dog he doesn't want,
Yeah.
but then grows to love it. Like I'll be lying on the couch and she'll be watching it. I'm like, oh, well, that kiss looked like it had a little more passion in it than I thought. And suddenly I'm like in it, I'm getting invested.
Yeah.
And now I've completely like drank the sauce with Barbara. But no, the DC Games was nothing like that.
Especially now since you know what Love Island is. You're like,
Totally. You also can't
there wasn't Casa Amor. at Disney
compare.
Channel.
You can't compare any situation where it's like 90% 14-year-olds to a show like Love Island. You know what I mean? Like that's
why
it's not even close to comparable.
we were like, Nick Jonas has never seen Love Island.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe Nick was just a little more advanced.
Right,
you know?
Nick
He
had
was-
Miley,
it's something
Selena.
there.
He was like, I'm in a
Nick
different
was
ballgame.
bumping,
Yeah.
You were like,
going
I was just
on?
running around with my brother.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. There's other people from other countries that were on Disney just running around
So
playing
also,
games.
it was in. This is the thing that they very expertly hid from everybody. It was every time one of those was filmed. It was in Orlando in August.
Oh God.
So it was just this fucking sweatiest swamp ass time. So like there's no Love Island in that heat. You
There's
know what I
nothing
mean?
sexy about the Disney Channel games.
Actually intentionally devoid of sexuality.
That is incredible. Also, hearing that Barbara loves Love Island just like warms my heart.
Oh, she
just
watched
knowing
them all.
just knowing that she would be able to like sit here and just talk about Love Island for hours.
Yeah.
Oh,
She loves it.
Gosh.
She loves it. I forgot what season she's on of the American one now.
oh,
Yes.
it's probably the most recent.
She's probably watching.
I don't
the
think
one
it's
that's
the
on
most
now.
recent because she's caught up all in the UK one.
Yep.
So she I guess she hops around to all the
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
countries' Love Islands.
Yeah, same.
It's very fun. I find the UK one funnier in my opinion.
Well, so the UK one was the funnier version until this season 6 of Love Island USA was the most insane season maybe ever.
Yeah.
Comparable to the other UK seasons.
The interactions I find funnier on the UK version, just the way they talk to each other. I think
they're crazy the
different.
way that they
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, and you
It's
need the
so
subtitles
funny.
to kind of understand.
Yeah, some of them are like it's gnarly.
On
really
US,
it's a different language.
Yeah,
is.
they've now mixed like Australians, people from the UK,
that's
they've
fun.
mixed with
thrown
people
in-
from America. So
They
it's kind
needed
of,
to do something.
I'm still gonna act like I reluctantly don't like it.
Yeah.
You got really
I'm like-
comfortable when we started talking about it.
So you're saying it's the most fun new season?
Yeah.
What season? Where can I find that?
And it's like the most, and there's like people from all over. Okay.
That's disgusting. What channel is it on?
Where can I watch it? Yeah, no, I'm excited. I better tell her to wait to watch it then.
Yeah, you definitely want to watch this season.
You'll definitely have to say
Another question, and then we can, lean away from Disney Channel for a second. Whatever happened with the Danimal Sweepstakes?
Okay, I've been saying this recently. The answer has been online for like years. I think it's a case where people are
People are
more
choosing
interested.
not to see it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're more interested in feeling like nothing
lore.
happened.
We're choosing
the
this
lore of-
narrative.
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm specifically choosing the narrative that we don't know what happened.
It's
Meanwhile,
more fun
I've
that way.
never
Right.
Googled what
It's
happened.
right. It's funnier to be like everyone says they don't know what happened.
And I'm never gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Did you go on the cruise? No.
Am I allowed to say?
Yeah. It's up
I
to
thought we
you.
liked the narrative.
No, but this is
Well,
really,
you just said you can find out online.
yeah, this is really intense journalism. Did you go on the cruise or not?
I did go on the cruise. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I did go on the cruise.
Was it weird?
For sure.
As expected.
For sure.
Yeah.
I find that to be such a funny phenomenon too. The cruise with,
Yeah.
like when either that or like now I think sometimes older rock bands do it that have like a very niche audience, and all the fans go on the boat
with them.
and they cruise around for days.
I will say that
Seems dangerous.
I've been on only 2 cruises in my life. And every
that
cruise,
feels blasphemous.
right? I know. Also, not in Boston.
Yeah,
The show with not a real boat.
you're telling me you've only been on 2 cruises.
Yeah, I've had enough of those. I don't think I'm going back. I also genuinely have a fear of the deep, dark sea. That is something that I'm not about.
100%.
Like when people ask you if you would
We
rather,
just had a conversation
we
about
just talked
diving
about this.
recently.
No, fuck that.
Would you
No, fuck
rather
that.
be thrown into the middle of the ocean with, I don't know, I would say just like a kayak, or in the middle of the woods?
Woods for sure.
Woods.
I
Woods
agree
for
with
sure.
that,
There's
'cause
so much more you
there's-
could survive with.
Yeah.
in the
There's so much
woods.
uncovered in
Oh,
the deep
dude.
sea.
The panic attack that would come on from just looking around and seeing absolutely nothing in the middle of the ocean.
I mean, the thing is that if you get in either one of those scenarios, one is confirmed dead.
Yeah.
And the other one is at least you have a shot.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like it's fully a fair question.
No, it's not.
Right.
And it's like because you
The
only
woods, but you can't
only,
leave.
You only hear
You can't
about
run
it.
in any direction.
You only hear
Woods,
about
but
it
you're
ending
dead.
badly in real life. In the movies, somehow they're always saved. Like, but we're not all going to be Tom Hanks, you know?
Right.
So
That's true.
There was a story recently, this is dark, but there was a story recently about a guy like drunk as hell, on a dare with his homies, was like, jump off the side of the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Jumped off and just was immediately gone
Yeah.
forever,
Yep.
right? And when they were like, oh, okay, we got to tell the captain to go
no,
get him.
like, stop the
It's like,
boat.
They're
go
like,
get
no,
him.
you don't
No.
realize
Yeah.
he's dead for sure.
Right. We're
Yep.
also on a cruise. Why would
Yeah.
you ruin the cruise for everybody like
Have
that?
you been on a cruise ever?
No.
Have you looked over? Okay, I'm telling you.
No, I've
You
never
just
stepped
say- you said
foot.
you
I've
never
only
been.
I've only seen them from the outside.
When you look over the edge of the cruise, there is what I would describe as the call to the void. You are looking at like the scariest part of the earth churning this like massive dark wave at you, and it's truly horrifying. So I would not, that first off, the guy who did die, that was sick as fuck what he did. Honestly,
Yeah,
to do it like a
really.
flip off the side.
Yeah.
He died in like the craziest, like he's going to Valhalla for
right.
sure.
He did it for the boys.
He did
but
it for the
probably
boys.
should not have.
Hard,
Yeah.
rest in peace.
Yeah.
That's tragedy. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But he also did what I would consider the scariest thing ever.
By far the scariest thing.
Yeah.
What would you do if you're on that Daniamals Sweepstakes and they're like, jump, Dylan?
I was close. I'll tell you what. I was close to doing that.
Oh my god.
That's oh my god, it's actually so scary. Cruises scare me.
It's
And the
also
same with
filled with ancient people.
Yeah.
That's another thing that they don't talk about
Yep.
a lot. You go on there and the average age of people on there is like 73.
Yeah. It is definitely enjoyable. But I was always jealous of sometimes there was the kids are like teenage kids.
I know where
they
you're
made their
going.
cruise friends.
Always.
Like there was people that they
came
go
back
on
with
cruises.
their cruise friends.
There's teenagers. There you'd have a cruise, maybe a cruise boyfriend even when you left.
And then you almost
Vacation hookups are wild.
Yeah.
and you like wouldn't really believe your friend. You were like, okay, who is he? He's
Yeah,
my cruise
it's like
boyfriend.
it's like I met
He's
the girl
from
at camp.
Canada.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You're not going to know him.
Exactly. I met him at camp. He doesn't live here.
No, I
know?
mean, I know a few buddies of mine who have hooked up hard on cruises. I think
Yeah.
it's like also
It's a
kind
cruise
of
culture.
I think it's
Yeah.
also kind of like a swingers thing too.
Yeah.
Like I saw a lot of that shit
Yep.
going on.
I think that's gotta be 'cause
Totally.
Right?
There's no escape.
yeah, it's like
Totally.
an Always Sunny skit. The implication. Dude, it's like it's a strange vibe. Cruises
Yeah.
are weird.
Yeah.
They're weird. They're for
100%.
horny, creepy people.
Yeah. And it's funny because Ria and I actually love talking about them. We've never been on one.
Right. We
Like,
talked
we're
about
we
cruises
just-
a
we're
lot, but have
fascinated
yet
by them.
never been on
but
one.
yet
I'm
have
not a
never
guy.
gone on
I
one.
won't recommend it to you.
Yeah, right.
I'm not a guy. Like I don't feel.
I haven't picked up on the fact that you would recommend a cruise.
Yeah, good.
You're
good.
very anti-cruise, is what I'm
frankly,
picking up on.
anti-deep water with
Yeah.
a bunch of old people. That's not what I'm about in
Right.
general. And you can put that on my tombstone.
Right.
All
'Cause
of ours.
if
I
you guys are
wouldn't sign
going-
myself up for that
Right.
either.
Right. If you're going down, they're like, well, at least it was a long life. But you're like, I'm young. I've got so much left to live.
I haven't even swung once.
Yeah, yes.
What the hell? I didn't even know what that was for.
I don't know how we even got to Daniamals.
Obviously, it was because of the Daniamals.
We did want to ask you because, like you said, you have a stunning, beautiful wife,
I do,
and
yeah.
you guys
Lucky man.
are adorable.
Yeah.
And we love seeing your content together. The two of us are getting married in the
Yes.
next year, calendar year, not to
you.
each other, but to
Yeah,
men.
people were confused by that.
Yeah, and I say that we're
No,
getting
I think
married.
it's like
You know?
fun when you're ambiguous about it.
Yeah. Yes.
We just went to.
Because sometimes we'll notice especially when I phrase it like that, we're getting married this year. I'll see them. They look. Oh, she's up. They both have rings.
They both
Yes.
engaged
And-
to each
yeah.
other.
Yeah.
And we just went to Fiji for work, and it kind of looked like we were on our honeymoon together. It's like, there's just like, we spent a lot of time together.
That's fun.
Yes,
Honestly,
yes.
That rocks.
So I wanted to ask, while we're in the wedding process, do you have any wedding planning advice? How involved were you? You can say
I will
you didn't.
say, yeah. I will say only a wee bit. But our lives were made a little easier. Barbara's family in Hungary owns a wedding venue. So like a lot of the work was taken
amazing.
out on the
Laid right
merit
out there.
of that. That being said, there was still a lot of planning and going into it, and I give that fully crediting my wife for that. I think I was able to wrangle up my friends, and even that was stressful enough for me to get my dad overseas. That's hard enough to do as is. But no, my wife did all of the
Yeah.
planning. and
Did
it
you get to
came-
bring your long lost cousin or?
No, sadly no.
He didn't make it.
Sadly, sorry,
He's-
Matt.
He's somewhere in Boston going,
What
again.
the hell?
Oh no, I mean, it is funny. I feel that way, but then there's like certain things, like maybe they're like Barbara's like you're in charge of your friends. Like you got to figure out a way to
Have
get
to
them
be.
from A to B. I say the same thing to my fiance. I'm like,
Have to be.
your groomsmen, your guys,
Right.
They got to be able to figure it out.
I will say though.
did you pick out what you wore?
Yes, I mean that is something. That would be crazy.
But I would also.
Some people don't.
you
Some
doing
people-
that?
No,
No,
he's picked.
no.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
I have friends that have basically dressed their fiance in exactly what they wanted.
I trust that my
immaculate.
fiance will pick.
Yeah.
we
what he
wanted a
likes.
pretty like low key traditional wedding though. But Hungarian weddings are very different
Yeah.
from American ones. They're a lot more fun, I think. There's like games that get
Love that.
involved.
Oh,
and,
that's
like,
amazing.
You party until like 6 a.m. afterwards. Here is one piece of advice I will have for either you or your respective hubbies is, especially for the husbands or the wives.
Yeah.
It could be either way. Don't drink the day of.
So I've been thinking about this, right? Because I have thought to myself that I would maybe have a glass or two of champagne,
Fine.
but probably not be drunk. Because
You don't wanna be.
in the biggest moments of my life already, I have not been drunk. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I feel like because then I can really feel every emotion. It's like, you know,
You're
like,
gonna want to remember
glass of champagne here and there.
everything.
But I don't want to be the person that's like throwing up the next day.
No.
No,
you know?
no. I mean, for example, Barbara and I took our first drinks at 4 a.m. when all of the parents had went to bed and the family had gone to bed and everything. But I will say I'm really thankful I didn't. Because it's, by the way, it is an environment that you have to fight not to, because everyone is trying to drink with you
Right.
at your own wedding.
Yeah.
Here's a shot. Here's a
Shot, you want beer? You
Yeah.
want this?
Can I get you
They
anything?
almost
Yeah.
want you to be fucked
They
up.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Because I've been at
'Cause everybody else is.
weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Everyone's
I've
sloshed.
been at weddings where either like just the groom is fucked up or
That's
just,
not a good
and
look
no,
either.
and it's and you're never going like yay for them. You're like,
No.
ooh, I
Yeah.
don't know where this is headed. Yeah.
Yeah, just that's the one piece of advice I want to give, and that's to,
Yeah, I think that's
to
good
everyone.
advice. Yeah, yeah.
This is your moment.
This
Yep,
is
this
my
is
moment.
it.
Yeah.
That's to everyone. I think it's just better. Also, you're just like, there's so much to do that day, and we like Hungarian weddings are pretty low key. Again, we had the ceremony, we had our first dance, we have the stuff, but like. You got a lot to do and a lot of people to mingle with and talk to. So just
You might
Absolutely.
not even find the time.
honestly.
Did you find the time to enjoy the food?
I didn't feel much like eating that day
Yeah.
very much.
I feel like that's
did.
all what people talk about that a lot too.
Yeah, I didn't feel much like eating that day.
Which is another reason why people shouldn't drink them.
Good point.
not eating.
Yeah.
That's a good point. But I did have a little bit. You have to have a little,
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuel
you got
yourself.
the stuff that you picked out. You want
Yeah.
to try.
You want to try.
Well, the
Exactly.
pictures were absolutely stunning, and
Also, another thing my wife organized.
Yeah.
yeah, and we.
That's like, but that's like you're like you.
Yeah,
I,
and
she can.
She
She trusts
obviously
you with that one for sure.
has the vision.
Yeah.
Supermodel, gorgeous,
Yep, yep,
beautiful.
yep.
Gorgeous.
And we're so happy for you guys.
Yes.
You guys, you know, we don't know you personally, but you seem like a fantastic.
Well,
couple.
just like you said,
My
people.
phone background.
No,
actually,
just like
still.
people.
is it?
Yeah, but on the
She
wedding
is
day.
gorgeous.
Oh,
Love that.
she's
The
just
phone matches
so
your outfit
gorgeous.
perfectly right now.
Yeah, I didn't plan that. I just like green.
Little GI
But
Joe.
no, I feel like it was just exactly what he was saying, that people are like act like they know him. It's like we're so happy for
We're
you.
so happy for you and Barbara.
It's like so happy it worked. You know?
So
It's like-
happy for you guys.
Oh,
so
come on,
great.
cuz.
But, yeah, we're so absolutely.
Thank
But
you.
it's great.
So adorable.
And we're pumped for the new movie. Everybody can go check out The Duel on digital and on demand August 16th. Like I
Yep.
said, if you saw it in a screener, you may have had a surprise appearance from Dylan already if you were there.
To get low.
If not,
So long ago now.
if you were there, if not, you can watch in the comfort of your home on
Yes.
August 16th.
Do it.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much, Dylan.
Thank you guys
Thanks,
for
Dylan.
having me.
We are still in the midst of summer, and that's why you need a nice little Rum Haven cocktail. On my birthday, I had some delicious Rum Haven cocktails, a little rum punch that the bartender served right up, and it was just absolutely delicious. Rum Haven is made with real coconut water and no artificial flavors or preservatives for a clean and refreshing taste, not fake, which is super important. You can't beat the taste of real coconut water. It's delicious, it's clean, and it's refreshing. Rum Haven believes that Mother Nature does it best because Mother Nature does do it best. That's why Rum Haven is crafted with premium Caribbean rum and real coconut water. You can enjoy Rum Haven straight over ice, which tastes delicious, or you can mix it with a little juice, a little bit of anything that you really want to make a delicious little cocktail with Rum Haven. It's August. It's the perfect time to start making yourself some Rum Haven cocktails. So you can find out where to pick up a bottle of Rum Haven for yourself by visiting rumhaven.com. Once again, visit rumhaven.com and pick up a bottle for yourself and make yourself a nice little Rum Haven cocktail. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another game of Beat Ria and Fran. This is game number 135, and we are joined by Kailey and Gina. Little backstory here. We had some cancellations, okay? Sometimes, Noah books the trivia guests, and then they run off to Europe and forget that they are trivia guests.
Yeah, I mean, look, these are booked out years in advance now, it seems.
Yeah.
So I don't fault these people for maybe forgetting
put on
when
your
the weekend
calendar.
is.
Right, the calendar.
I sent a reminder the other day.
Yeah, right. You're on it.
Yeah.
And
But it's like she probably booked this, like 8 months ago?
Yeah, like when I'm not going to throw them under the bus.
No, we're not throwing them under the bus, but we needed two people to step up to the plate.
Yes.
And Kailey and Gina here stepped up to the plate.
They
I've
did.
talked about Kailey a bunch now on the podcast. Kailey is Dana's fiance. Kailey was also just on stage with Glenn Powell at the Luke Combs concert, which was super exciting. And your bestie Gina joined you, and you guys are pop culture wizards, which has me scared. So let's do this.
Don't jinx us, okay?
I know.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I kind of am a little bit, and I swear I'm not doing it on purpose.
It feels more serious. Like this one's almost for like pink slips, Like it's just like
Pink jacket.
for title.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 15 questions. If you get the question right, you get the point. If you get it wrong, the other team can steal the point. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. Simple. To determine who goes first, Noah's going to give us a movie. We're going to guess the Rotten Tomatoes critic score of that movie. Everyone gets their own individual guess. We'll alternate between teams for guesses. And whoever's closest, your team will go first. So Noah, what is today's movie?
Today's movie is A Family Affair, the Zac Efron one that just
the
came
one
out
that
on
just
The
came
one
Netflix.
out.
that just came out.
Yep.
Okay, so one of you guess first.
I want to say I don't know, Rotten Tomatoes is mean. I don't know, maybe a 57. I don't know, that might be mean, but I think Rotten Tomatoes is mean.
No, I was gonna say around. Wait, no.
Okay,
you go
yeah,
now.
So Ria
yeah.
guesses now.
I'm gonna go 11%.
Okay. That may change your opinion on where you go with yours.
Yeah.
I want to say that, but Nicole Kidman's in it. So,
True.
all right, you said what?
I don't know, but I said
57.
57.
All right, I'll go. My lucky number is 33, so I'm gonna do 33.
Wow, wouldn't that be crazy?
I'm gonna say there's no way. I don't know. I'm gonna go 61.
Wow.
Gina's the closest. It's 36.
Yeah.
Wow. Lucky
I know,
number
you
came
know
into
the
play.
Yeah.
It's because I really dislike Joey King, and I'm just
Wow.
You know what? I like Joey King a lot, and I feel like Joey King gets unnecessary hate.
yeah.
From Gina.
Yeah, Gina's
Well,
she's
call her
running
out
it.
right here.
Yeah. Poor Joey King.
She does have a little bit of her character is a little annoying in the movie, I
Yeah.
will say. I did watch it.
I think it's because we grew up watching her, probably.
Yeah. I mean, I do like her a lot.
Yeah. Way to go, Gina. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. All right, you
That's
guys.
one hater. It's me.
Yeah, you guys go first.
Okay, question number 1 to Kailey and Gina. Shout out Rachel from Rogers, Arkansas. What is the name of the Jonas Brothers' very first album?
Okay. If I say it, is that my official answer?
You just say final answer.
Yeah,
when
no,
it's
you have to
your
say final.
answer.
You could talk it out.
No.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
Oh, that's
no,
their song.
that's the song. And you don't have to whisper. Like they said, you have to say final answer.
10 seconds.
I feel like it's just like the Jonas Brothers. Like I feel like it's just the name.
Okay.
We're gonna go with that for the final answer.
Incorrect, Ria and Fran.
Technically, they consider the Jonas Brothers self-titled album their like first album.
The Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
So that's what.
No, I know, but it's not because they had one before that. That was. It's about time.
15
It's
seconds.
time. Something with time. It's about time. Fuck.
5 seconds.
Go with your gut here.
I'm gonna say it's about time. Final answer.
Correct.
Nice. Wow.
All right. 1-0.
But when they did like their Broadway nights,
Yeah, they
not,
didn't
play
not
that?
included.
Yeah.
So is it like
just
an
the Jonas
EP?
Brothers.
No, it was a whole record label. So that's pre them getting. They made that album, then they got dropped, and then they reset. They had It was a journey.
Okay, 1-0 Ria and Fran. Question number 2 to them. Shout out Kelly from Ambler, Pennsylvania. On season 1 of Friends, when Rachel loses her wedding ring, where is it?
What is this, like the first fucking episode?
It's early on. She's has her wedding ring still.
I have no
I don't
idea.
have it. I have
I
no
literally don't even have a guess.
Zero guess.
15 seconds.
Like the couch? I don't know.
Couch
A
with
shopping bag?
Yeah, I don't know.
Shopping bag? That's my final answer. I don't know it.
Incorrect. To Kailey and Gina.
Do you have an idea?
Well, remember what happened to your engagement ring?
Oh my God.
I feel like it could be that. Like, think of like a classic.
Went down the drain.
Down the
That's
drain.
my story. Okay,
didn't
maybe
know
we
that.
can go to that moment.
It was saved.
Clearly.
15
Let's
seconds.
That's actually my
Down the-
worst fear.
Down the drain. Final answer.
Incorrect. In the lasagna.
This
Do you remember that?
No, it doesn't ring
Nope.
a bell. That's gotta be like,
Nope.
Yeah, wasn't that Monica's fingernail?
Wait, what?
That was Monica's fingernail.
Monica's finger? I don't know. I fact checked this. Now you're scaring me.
Because like, when did Rachel ever
It
have a
says
wedding?
Rachel remembers she had it on earlier that morning when she was in the kitchen making lasagna. This leads her to realize the ring is in the lasagna.
I don't remember this at all.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I looked it up. Rachel loses her engagement ring in Monica's lasagna.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was Monica's lasagna. Okay.
This is like literally the first.
Yeah,
or
this
second
has to be the
episode.
first or second episode.
Yes, episode 2.
Yeah.
Damn.
Episode
All
2.
right.
Okay, still 1-0, Ria and Fran. I like Kailey and Gina are like fact checking me.
Yeah, as they
fight on
look
every question.
as they should.
Yeah.
We need more. We need that energy sometimes for you. You know.
Okay, question number 3 to them. Shout out Kelsey from Southern Oregon. What male artist sings in Taylor Swift's Lover remix?
Oh, Shawn Mendes.
Yes.
Final answer.
Correct.
Good pull. Good pull.
Whew.
Tied up at 1.
I thought we weren't gonna get any, honestly. For a second.
I'm sweating.
Question number 4, tied up at 1. This is to Ria and Fran. Shout out Sarah from Vernon. Name this year. Tom Cruise jumps on Oprah's couch. Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston divorced. Carrie Underwood wins American Idol.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 2024.
Yeah. Is this like 2002?
What's her name? Just graduated high school, right? Tom Cruise's daughter. She's at least 18.
15 seconds.
So we're 2004.
Jennifer. I was thinking earlier because of Carrie Underwood. When did she win American Idol?
Well,
5
Kelly Clarkson, I
seconds.
think, was like 2002.
Okay, so you want to go
I
2004?
think 2004, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Time's
2004. Final answer.
Incorrect. To Kailey and Gina.
We both put 5s under the table, so we're gonna go with 2005.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh God!
You know what? We weren't even.
Oh fuck!
We weren't even thinking 5.
I wasn't even gonna go 5.
weren't go-
I
we
wasn't
weren't-
even gonna go
nope,
5. I
nope.
was gonna go 4 and under.
Yep.
Shit.
All right, 2-1, Kailey and Gina. And this is question number 5 to them. Shout out Eileen from Long Island. Name this season of The Jersey Shore. Snooki gets arrested and coins the iconic line, "Where's the beach?" Dina joins the cast. Sam shouts from the balcony the iconic quote to Ron, "Are you friends with her?" about JWoww.
Season 3. Final answer.
Correct.
Guys. Fuck.
That was our whole personality.
Same.
Okay, 3-1. Kailey and Gina, and this is question number 6 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Bex from New York City. Who is the only Olympic gold medalist that also has an Oscar?
This is our question. Olympic gold medalist who also has an Oscar? It's got to be for like a documentary or something. No? Isn't it Michael Phelps?
Does he have an Oscar?
I don't know.
15
Didn't he make a
seconds.
documentary? I could be making this up. Who else could it possibly be? Swimmer? Gymnast?
5 seconds.
We just got Michael Phelps. That's all I got.
Allie
Time is
Raisman?
up.
Michael Phelps, final answer.
Incorrect. To Kailey and Gina.
I only know one other Olympian.
And it's Simone
I did
Biles.
Simone Biles. But what about, I don't know if he was an Olympian.
Say it.
Usain Bolt?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, you can say that. Go ahead.
15 seconds.
Should we do him?
Who else are we going to say?
Okay. Final answer.
Incorrect. Kobe Bryant.
Oh my
God.
That feels like a trick
That
question.
is a total
Is
trick
it?
question.
That is.
It
No,
is.
it totally. That's totally.
That's to throw you off the scent.
Because it is.
It's to throw you off the scent, for sure.
For sure.
Because
to
you don't
label
even
him an Olympian.
You don't even think basketball.
No.
Olympic gold medalist.
He is.
He
He is. I know.
He is Olympic gold
But it's
medalist.
sneaky.
But it's a
It's
trick
It is
question.
sneaky,
It's
but
a
if you,
sneaky.
It's a trick question.
if you were like,
it's
let
a
me
good
think,
question.
like,
It's a trick question.
were there any basketball
We're
players
not saying
that
it's a
had
bad
Oscars?
We're not
question.
saying we understand
It's
the
a
question.
sneaky
It's a trick.
question.
It's a
I
trick
wouldn't be
question.
offended because it's not my question.
Yeah.
So, okay. Still 3-1, Gina and Kailey, and this is question number 7 to them. Shout out Kelly from Ambler, Pennsylvania again. On New Girl, what famous actor did Schmidt think he had been emailing and writing since he was little?
I've never watched an episode of New Girl.
It's got to be somebody like eccentric.
Yeah. Like Queen Latifah.
No, that would be you.
15
Actor.
seconds.
Actor. Actress. Did you say actor?
Actor.
Actor.
10 seconds.
Who's like a hunky actor?
I don't.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Final answer.
Incorrect. To Ria and Fran.
God, this is gonna drive me nuts when I hear the answer. Because doesn't he still think it's him, and then Nick writes as him? Ah, shit.
I feel like my brain isn't working today.
Is it like?
George Clooney?
15 seconds.
Yeah, I was in between him or like, is it like John Stamos? No. Or is it like? I don't know.
5 seconds.
Let's just guess Clooney. I don't
All
know.
right, George Clooney.
Incorrect. Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Ah.
Shit.
I feel like we
would've-
would. I feel like we
I
would have
would
gotten
have
there.
never.
No?
I don't think I
just
would
feel like
have.
if we would started naming.
Yeah, I don't know if I
random-
would have ever got there, but yes, and I remember then Nick starts writing as Michael Keaton. Yep.
Okay, still 3-1. Kailey and Gina, and this is to Ria and Fran. Shout out Grace from London, Ontario, Canada. In Grey's Anatomy, who is Izzy's maid of honor in her wedding to Alex?
Like, it can't be Meredith. That feels like such an obvious. Is it like Bailey?
Maybe.
Is it Christina? Is it George?
5 seconds.
George.
Time
Sneak.
is up.
Let's
George. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Ah,
God,
that felt like
that-
such a good
Yep,
answer.
it did.
That did.
It
When you
did.
said George, it was like
did.
it all clicked.
Yeah.
No.
Is George dead by that time?
I think.
I think George is dead by that time.
Is it
Spoiler.
too vague? Is it too vague if I just say like a patient? Like I have to give an exact name?
Yeah, it's a name.
Patient.
Yeah, like
5
one of the-
seconds.
what a patient is. But...
5 seconds.
Okay, just guess somebody. I've never
Bailey.
watched.
Incorrect. Christina Yang.
Oh.
Why did
It
we
was
just go with
Christina.
Christina?
And Meredith
Yeah.
was like the best man to Alex.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. I mean,
we should have just went
look, we were
Christina.
going through the names.
Yeah,
I just didn't.
I
thought I was onto something
honestly,
with George.
just felt like
George
whoa.
felt right, but then if we had 10 more seconds, we would have
would've went-
remembered that he was dead.
Yes.
So,
Guys, imagine it's a patient.
yep.
Just a random patient.
Hey, do you want to be my maid of?
Not like a random one, like one she was close with.
Yeah. She is close with her patients.
Not Danny Duquette. Obvious.
Okay, it's 3-1, Gina and Kailey, and this is question number 9 to them. Shout out Hallie from Clemson. Which Disney animated movie stars Miley Cyrus and John Travolta?
Bolt. Final answer.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep. Shit.
Fuck. They're getting all the easy
No,
questions.
we're getting fucked.
They're getting all the good ones. If I was on that side, I'd
Yeah.
be getting them all right.
And my dog kind of looked like Bolt.
If you or someone you know is getting married, it's your lucky day. We know from personal experience that wedding planning can be stressful, which is why we're so excited to introduce you to Generation Tux. Their suit and tuxedo rental process will have your wedding party dressed to the nines, and it can be done in minutes entirely from home. Ditch the store visits, last-minute pickups, and low-quality, poor-fitting suits. With Generation Tux, you'll choose from over 25 premium suits and tuxedos that you can customize with hundreds of accessories and color combinations. Order free swatches for color matching and test drive your look with a free at-home try-on. Managing a group of groomsmen is no small feat, but Generation Tux makes it effortless. You design the look, they complete their easy online fitting, and everyone gets free shipping with delivery 14 days before your wedding. Replacements are free, returns are prepaid, and customer service is the best in the biz. Generation Tux, the look that will last a lifetime. Visit generationtux.com/chicks to get 20% off for you and for your entire party.
Okay, 4-1, Kailey and Gina. I'm going to play a movie clip to Ria and Fran, and you tell me what movie it's from.
What do you do?
Manage a hedge fund.
You manage a hedge fund? I don't even know what a hedge fund is.
Oh, so there's a regular fund, and then there's a hedge fund. And our fund, we hedge it. We hedge it hard.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's Anna
So
Kendrick and Zac
so
Efron.
is
Does
it
Mike and Dave
Dave
need
need
wedding
wedding
You know,
dates?
you've been hedged much.
Mike and Dave need wedding dates?
Yeah, 'cause doesn't-
fail, corporate greed.
Isn't she
fail.
lying about? She doesn't know what she's
Yeah,
talking
Mike
about.
and Dave need wedding
Yeah,
dates.
I think that's final.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank God. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Question number 11 to Gina and Kailey. Shout out Kaya from Oklahoma City. In The Sopranos, Tony's office is inside of a strip club. What is the name of the club?
Bada bing. Final answer.
Correct.
I mean,
The easiest.
these
I didn't know if that
fucking-
was going to be. I didn't know if you
That's
guys.
like the easiest
Really?
fucking
That's
Sopranos
quite
question I
literally
could
the
ever.
easiest-
I don't think I would have been able
You're
to say
I
that.
also
Have you ever
looking at
watched The Sopranos?
Yes, multiple times.
I
And
would've-
you don't know Bada Bing?
I would have
How you watch The Sopranos and you don't know Bada
No,
Bing?
clearly he
Like,
you
I'm
know,
not
he
paying
doesn't get
attention
it
to
like
that.
we do.
Yeah.
You should have filtered out for the Italians on the
Yeah.
on the competition today.
Yeah, you know. Okay, 5-2, Gina and Kailey, and this is question number 12 to Ria and Fran.
We're gonna get like in 1994.
Shout out Eileen from Long Island again. On Summer House, Kyle drunkenly states that he is most grateful for what 3 things?
Don't know.
Summer,
Partying,
Amanda's boobs,
beer,
15 seconds.
lover boy.
Loverboy, Summer, and Amanda's boobs. He always talks about Amanda's boobs. I'm not just like being like, you know. Okay, I'm
That's
gonna
hilarious 3 answers. Yeah.
Summer, Loverboy, and Amanda's boobs.
Incorrect. To Kailey and Gina.
I want to say like anything but Amanda.
Loverboy.
Loverboy for sure.
Bravo.
I don't think he would say that on the show. You can't say it.
Yeah, you can.
So,
Oh my god. Loverboy, his mullet,
okay, that's a good one. And their dogs, maybe.
and their dog.
Final answer.
Incorrect. Family, friends, sharks is the quote.
Yeah, I don't remember
That
that.
one doesn't ring a bell for me.
Don't remember that.
All right. It is 5-2.
Yeah,
Gina and
that's
Kailey.
it.
No, you have 3 questions left. So if you get the 3,
If we get all 3 right.
Oh,
so you got to get the rest of the questions to send it to overtime.
oh, this is 13.
Yeah.
So question number 13, and this is to Gina and Kailey. Shout out McKenna from Ann Arbor, Michigan. What is the ceremony called where they pick players for the Hunger Games?
Oh my god.
I have no idea.
Oh my god. Like I can't even have an educated
15
guess.
seconds.
I'm gonna be like the draft. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Final answer of the draft.
Incorrect. To Ria Fran.
What a terrible game.
Fuck.
Today. What a terrible, terrible game from us.
It's
today.
called the districts.
Yeah, I volunteer tribute.
Yeah.
Tribute for what it's the
15 seconds.
the calling, the choosing, the draft,
Fuck.
the pick, the lottery. the,
5 seconds.
Brandon would know this.
I got it.
Fuck. What is it?
The reaping.
Yeah,
Never, never,
honestly,
ever.
maybe I would have
Sometimes-
got there if I kept going.
Sometimes I'm okay when I hear the answer and I go, I never would have gotten that.
Yeah.
Never would I have gotten there. Do they ever call it the reaping?
sure
yeah,
they
they
do.
do.
In the
They
movie?
do. They do.
There's no way they don't.
Those movies deserve a rewatch.
Damn.
I've not watched them in a long
You guys
time.
won.
That seals
Congrats.
victory.
But we still finished the
s-
game. We
we'll
still
finish
finished
the last
game.
two
That was a tough one.
That was tough for us. That was tough.
Real tough.
We're tired.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 14.
2 questions.
I'm so pissed.
Hey, you can
about,
get the last 2
I'm so
and make it
pissed
a 1
about,
point game.
About the bada bing question.
I'm so pissed. I know.
Like,
now we're
bing.
being salty. We're never this
Yeah,
poor
we're-
of sports. when
No,
it's-
we're being very poor sports right now, but I'm specifically being a poor sport about bada bing. All right.
Okay, I put that on there being like, this is going to be a hard one.
And the Jersey Shore question, honestly. Ria,
Yeah.
that was all.
The Jersey Shore, I was like,
That's true. I mean,
but
luck
I
of the,
knew it. I knew you guys
luck of
had
the-
that one.
Luck of the draw.
It was.
If we
It
had
is.
gotten
fucking Gina's fucking lucky number.
Rotten
yeah,
Tomatoes,
the
yeah.
family,
Rotten Tomatoes.
family affair.
Okay, in the Harry Potter movies, Molly Weasley's character is in every movie except one. Which movie is she not in?
Ooh.
Whenever it's like Harry Potter, I like my brain just runs out the door because I don't know.
That's interesting. That's a good question.
Is it?
Yeah.
15 seconds.
I'm gonna say Prisoner of Azkaban. Final answer.
Incorrect. To Kailey and Gina.
Damn.
I knew there was
maybe
going
it's-
to be a Harry Potter question.
I don't know anything past like Sorcerer's Stone, I feel like.
I'm just going to guess 7.
Can you? Yeah, I think you have to say the name.
Oh.
I didn't specify that, so
Oh.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I mean, there's 2 movies for 7, so
What?
there's 2 movies for 7.
Part 1 or part 2?
Or part 1 or part 2.
Part 1 or part 2 for
Oh,
7?
see, I was just thinking like 8 would be like there's an 8. There's 8 movies.
Yeah, but
The question is what movie?
well,
Yeah, I would go.
you
I
would never say movie 8.
Second to last.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say
It's the
movie
8th movie.
It's
What
the
is
8th
it?
Because there's
movie.
only 7. There's 7 books.
I
It's
feel like
7
we
eight
called.
stories.
I feel like we called it the 8th movie when we talked about it.
I don't
Okay,
know.
time is up.
So the second to last movie. Final
That's
answer.
it's incorrect either way.
Is it Half-Blood Prince?
Part 1.
No, it's the 4th one. The Goblet
Oh,
of
Goblet
Fire.
of Fire. She's never in Goblet of Fire. Well, I guess it's Mr. Weasley that takes them to the Triwizard. I mean, to the Quidditch World Cup.
My favorite one, Goblet of Fire. Okay, final question, and this is to Gina and Kailey. Shout out Kaya from Oklahoma City again. Fill in the blank from Olivia Rodrigo's song "Get Him Back." I met a guy in the blank, and I left him in the blank.
I met a guy in the summer and I left him in the
Spring. Final answer.
Correct.
He argued with me about everything. He had an ego and a temper and a wandering eye.
Final score 6-2.
I didn't know that, so.
I would have known that one too. I would have
All right.
known every
Yeah.
question on that
Yeah.
damn side. I
We-
promise you that.
Hey, look. We got smoked.
We did. We got absolutely smoked.
got
And you know what?
smoked.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew by having these two on that was going to happen. And that did. So congrats, guys. Oh my
Congratulations.
God.
You two are
Congrats,
the new hosts of Chicks in the Office.
And congrats. You won 2 t-shirts that say you beat us in trivia.
No way.
Thank
Yeah.
God we worked her up.
Congrats.
Thanks for your connection.
No, honestly, it just makes me like you guys even more that you won, because that means that we bond over pop culture, and I love that. So
True.
I'm gonna spin it in that way instead of being salty that we lost. All right, thank you guys.
Yeah,
love
and
you.
I guess you can let
love
me know their
you.
address.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'll give Noah
Ria
your
can-
address.
Yeah.
All right, bye guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We love you guys so very much. We hope you have a magical, wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.